Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Another case of E. coli has been discovered and, like 3 other cases, is linked to the Red River Valley Fair. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Health officials say they also are expecting more cases to come through. Now, we reported to you earlier this week that there were 3 confirmed cases, all to kids under the age of 18. One of the cases has been diagnosed with a rare and a dangerous complication of E. coli. These infections can cause abdominal cramping, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, more on this 4th case.
First, Grand Forks, now another city in the valley. A pool of mosquitoes collected in Wahpeton has been identified as having West Nile virus. The city is urging citizens to take precautions to avoid being bitten. Mosquitoes are more active just before sundown and throughout the evening hours until the early morning hours. Last week, mosquitoes with West Nile were found in Grand Forks. A Castleton man called our whistleblower hotline after receiving what he says was a suspicious telemarketing call selling him a product. Now, he thought it was a scam. The caller was selling a product called liquid oxygen and told the man it would improve his health.
Valley News team's Ashley Bishop investigated and found out although the call is not a scam, one local chemist is warning buyers should beware.
57-year-old Dean Dreska says he has received multiple scam calls, but he wasn't sure about the most recent call.
I didn't think much of it when they said liquid oxygen. Well, then she started explaining it was something that you put in your drink, you put in a glass of water and drink it.
Dean said he started to question the lady caller about the product being legit, and the caller hung up. He thought it was a scam. We decided to call the company AmeriCare.
Hi, Bev with AmeriCare Health and Nutrition.
The sales rep on the phone told us they do sell a product called liquid oxygen, as well as other herbal products.
It's 33% pure oxygen, and that, of course, helps people that are in remission, let's say, or even, in different stages of cancer.
We just got off the phone with AmeriCare, and they are a real company selling a real product. They are accredited by the BBB, but they do have some complaints against them. According to the Better Business Bureau, they have 27 closed complaints, and 8 of them were from last year. We wanted to know if their liquid oxygen product would work by adding it to water like AmeriCare claims. NDSU chemist Ganesh Bala says a real liquid oxygen is pressurized, and if you add it into water, it would just fizzle out.
But there is no scientific proof that drinking water enriched with oxygen, like they claim, would be good for your health, or it would increase your blood flow.
Bala said liquid oxygen claims have been debunked about 10 years ago.
The only way that our human physiology tells us that the only way we can absorb oxygen is through lungs.
Dean says the call is a good reminder for people to beware of what people are selling.
It's just a matter of being on your guard. I have been burned in the past myself, so I've learned to be really cautious.
In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Dreska reached out to us by calling our whistleblower hotline, and you can do the same if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community. Just call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip.
Another good day to get out and enjoy some sun. Very sunny and warm enough certainly to enjoy some barbecue. Let's head to Hutch Johnson to see what it's like out there in tonight's backyard barbecue. Hutch?
Mike, thanks so much. We're here in South Fargo with the winner, Brian Kelly. Brian, tell us where you signed up once again.
13th Avenue.
All right,
Fargo.
now, Cashwise came out. They cooked the steaks, did everything. How was it tasting?
The best.
Very good.
The best.
Who's this young man?
This is my son, Ryan.
Ryan. How old are you? 3. All right. And was your hot dog good?
Very good.
All right. Well, it's all thumbs up from here. Let's talk about your weather. Only a few of us seeing thunder showers this evening. Beltrami County, some of the strongest cells just passed to the north of the Bemidji area over the last half hour or so. The warning with that storm has expired, but we do see the chance for still some about half-inch diameter hail as it moves to the south and east away from the Bemidji. Most of these storms will stay in rural portions of Beltrami County this evening. The rest of us very quiet. Our temperatures will stay in the sticky 80s for the next couple of hours here in the FM area with just enough of a breeze to keep refreshingly cool. chance for severe weather in the extended forecast. I'll have details on that and have your weekend outlook if you're planning on heading outdoors to an air show coming up here in just a few moments. For now, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch.
Police have identified the man hit by a train in downtown Fargo earlier this morning. Derek John Ward, he was 49 years old, and his left foot was cut off and he had significant internal injuries. It happened on the 400 block of 4th Street North. John Ward was allegedly intoxicated, sitting in the middle of the tracks, and did not move when the engineer blew his whistle. Police say the front guard of the train engine pushed him out of the way, but his foot got caught underneath. No condition report is being released.
A federal appeals court has upheld a ruling that struck down a North Dakota law banning abortions. The law, passed in 2013 by the state legislature, did not allow women to get an abortion when a heartbeat was detected, which can be as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the decision last year of a federal judge who ruled the law was unconstitutional.
A dangerous northwestern Minnesota sexual predator is now behind bars after roaming free for the past year and a half. 37-year-old Christopher Rux of Oakley has been sentenced to 1 year in prison for not registering his address as a sex offender. Rux had already spent more than 10 years in prison before moving to Oakley in 2013. The sheriff says Rux had been convicted of kidnapping in Duluth and sexual offender crime in Pennington County. Rux moved into this trailer home in Oakley in October of 2013. He was arrested in February of 2014 and released on bail. Until sentencing this week, however, there is no ironclad system to track sex offenders if they don't play by the rules and register their address.
He'd used an alias when he moved into town to deal with the city getting the water set up. So I mean, there was ill intentions there somewhere. I think. I mean, you know, fortunately, he never really committed any crimes here, but something wasn't right.
There are currently more than 17,000 registered sex offenders in Minnesota and just over 1,700 in North Dakota.
A protest is planned over dropping North Dakota as one of the UND nickname possibilities. The name was eliminated last night by a selection task force. Fighting Hawks, Nodaks, North Stars, Rough Riders, and Sundogs are still in the running. The task force eliminated Greenhawks as well. Organizers aren't releasing any other details and are looking for August 22nd for their protest. It's the welcome weekend for students returning to school at the University of North Dakota.
Jet engines will be the talk of the town the next few days. People who live and work in North Fargo need to know that getting around won't be normal.
And it's not just drivers who need to pay attention. Those with a scheduled flight out of Hector could be affected as well. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric has our story.
Nearly 20,000 drivers a day use 19th Avenue North past Hector International Airport, but you won't get through starting tomorrow.
We need the airbox secured so that the performers can go out and practice. In particular, it'll be the Blue Angels the next 2 days.
Officer David Bowe says the area just south of the airport's runways needs closed off for the safety of the pilots and the public. It's in case something falls off one of the planes, or worse, one of the pilots has to make a crash landing. The affected area looks like this. 19th Avenue North closed between Dakota Drive and 18th Street. Dakota Drive shut off from 19th to 12th Avenue. 15th Avenue closed between Dakota Drive and 18th Street. And 32nd shut down west of University. There's another impact here, the normal flight traffic into and out of the airport. The weather might be fine here this weekend or even in Minneapolis. But if it's not in, say, Chicago or Dallas, you might find yourself on the sidelines unwillingly watching all the air show action.
Once the Blue Angels are in the sky, they own the airspace around here. There's a temporary flight restriction that goes into place. No arrivals or departures take place during that time period.
Doberstein says flights for the next few days have strict windows. If they're missed, the air show will still take flight. Whether you're on 4 wheels or 2 wings, the event promises to be quite a show. But for some, it will also be quite a headache. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
As for the weekend, remember the wrestling tournament will still be taking place at the Fargo Dome. You can park at the Dome on the NDSU campus or take shuttles to the air show.
And Valley News Live is hitting the road, and we'd love to meet you. Join us as we ride the rails of the Red River Valley and Western Railroad. July 27th and 28th, our team is doing our newscasts live from the train. We'll be stopping in 8 towns over that 2-day trip. On Monday, we start in Breckenridge for the Valley Today. Then we move up to Kindred for North Dakota Today. Our news show will be live from Castleton. Then we will be live from Lisbon for our evening newscasts. Then on Tuesday, we will be live from the towns of Lemoore, then heading over to Verona, down to Oaks, and over to Gwinner. Now, even though the train rides won't be provided to you, you can still come out and meet our team and tell us what's great about your community. Watch for Valley News Live Riding the Rails Monday and Tuesday, July 27th and 28th.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, it's not your typical summer camp. What makes this one different?
But next, some hot weather is on its way and a chance for severe thunderstorms in the forecast. I'll have all the details in your hour-by-hour forecast next.